He is raw dogging the earth right now. Okay. Hey everyone, it is Destiny with Cali Girl Chronicles, and today I want to touch on two main subjects. My home birth update. Where are we now? What the heck happens after you deliver a baby in your living room? What happens in the next days, moments, weeks after you give birth outside of a hospital? Second subject I want to touch on with you guys is the postpartum journey. You know, can you thrive during this process? I'm currently 3 months postpartum and I am thriving. I am a certified herbalist. I have been in the pharmaceutical background for about 10 years, and I have created this space to where not only I, but family members, and I am also offering other support to other mothers and their partners to be able to thrive and succeed and build a strong bond, not only with their partners, but with their children during this whole process of bringing a new baby into the world, which is just the best thing ever. So before I get into the details, if you just like the inspiration, if you like the vibe that I'm giving, and if you just like just the update or just how strong I was just during this whole process in freaking having a baby at home, please, please, please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I love you. Thank you so much, because we want to keep on building this momentum. You know, I'm only going to give you guys the nitty gritty. I'm not going to sit here with the little cute little stuff. I am cute, but what I'm going to give you is real deal experiences, advice, and just me, right? We're just going to get into it. Love you guys. The first part that I want to mention is basically just like what happens after the baby comes out. So we did have a midwife, and what happened was my baby came so fast to where my midwife, she didn't even have time to get here and truly like assist, you know, like during birth, but which was fine, because the whole point of me having a home birth was to not kind of like be bothered in a sense. Like I just wanted to just do my own thing. I didn't want a whole bunch of, you know, doctors, nurses, you know, new faces, new energy, new spirits, you know, coming in and out of the scene, whatever you want to call it, while I was giving birth or while I was in labor. So basically, you know, I was able to just give labor and give birth just freely in my house, unassisted. I did have my partner there. He is amazing. Shout out to my partner. Shout out to you, boo, because I do think that it's pretty sad that in today's time, it's such a thing to have a rare partner that's actually loving you, supporting you. They're hands-on, you know, they're also, you know, educating themselves on labor, on just family matters, you know, what the heck is going to be happening, you know, during pregnancy, after pregnancy, postpartum, you know, with the baby. So shout out to my partner, because he is a godsend, literally, and he's all that I needed. My midwife is fire. I will say she is an angel, and it took us a little while to find her. Like I didn't even have a midwife until like halfway through my pregnancy, and once we did find her though, she was an angel. She was also a godsend, and she basically just said, whatever you want to do like in your pregnancy, she was just there to support. Like it wasn't a whole bunch of like, you know, I know better than you, or, you know, I want to, you know, just put, you know, like my expertise above your birth plan. You know, so she just made things super comfortable, and she was great. So she kind of just, you know, stood, you know, like more so on the back end, while, you know, I pretty much just was in control of what I wanted to do when I was pregnant, which I feel like is how it should be, right? You know, like whatever you feel like you should do, even if you are the ones that want to go to the hospital, that is okay. You know, this is not, you know, to say that, you know, I'm better than anyone. This is not to say that, you know, it is better to have home births. This is just what works for me and my family and my body and my mind and my spirit. and this is what I went with. I made a plan, I stuck to it, and it went perfectly fine for me. However, we women are so strong. We give birth naturally, medicated, C-sections. We all deserve cookies and medals, okay? I don't care what nobody says, what anybody is arguing with you with. Stop. I really hate that, women are, conflicting with each other on who does birth better. That's crazy to me. When the baby got to come out some way, somehow, and at the end of the day, us women, we're the ones who are truly affected, okay? But we decided to do a lotus birth. So, which means that in those following days, we did not cut the placenta off. So a lotus birth means that we do not cut the umbilical cord. My son was attached to me until the placenta fell off naturally, and the umbilical cord detached naturally on its own. My placenta fell off in 4 days' time. And so within that process, while we are, waiting for the placenta to fall off, the baby is absorbing, all of those nutrients. We don't want to interrupt with that process. We also take the placenta, we put it in a nice glass bowl, and we cover it with, herbs. So the herbs that I chose was rose hips, lavender, chamomile, and there was one more that I can't remember, but you cover the placenta with herbs of your choice, and you make sure that it is sealed tight, and you just make sure that you are just being careful and you are attached to your baby until it falls off on its own. And also with our lotus birth, so we decided that once the placenta does fall off on its own, we decided to plant ours. I did have this thought to encapsulate the placenta, but I decided against that because I felt like I was going to have to do it on my own. You could pay somebody a couple of $100 to encapsulate your placenta, but as the holistic being that I am, I didn't want to pay anybody to do that, knowing that I could do it on my own. So I decided that was too much work. I'm just going to go ahead and plant it, and we're going to grow it in a plant of our choice. And we chose a money tree. Money, 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 money. After I gave birth, we do not do vaccines. Okay, we are a holistic family. We are a plant-based family. And we are a family of free choice. Okay, so by any means, this video is not meant to persuade or sway anyone of their choices. Okay, whatever works for you works for you. But yeah, so my baby doesn't have any vaccines. He does not have the vitamin K shot. He is raw dogging the earth right now. Okay, this is my second time giving birth. My first time I was super young, didn't know anything about none of that. The ingredients they put in that stuff. I didn't know anything about, postpartum. So, I was just like, let's just go with whatever the protocol is, right? Go ahead, put my baby. I will say, 2 days after I did give birth, family came over. I will admit to you guys, I was livid. As a disclaimer, my partner meant no harm. We had a previous conversation slightly before the baby came, to where I let him know how I really felt about, people visiting during the postpartum phase, right? But, I don't think that, things were very settled and clear. So I will say, for your birth plan, for your postpartum plan, please, have a plan that you are sticking to, and have clear communication with your partner on what you're comfortable with, what you're not comfortable with, what you need, what you can be more lenient on, all of that. I love my family. I love the support that I have. I have a support system that is out of this world. But I will say, having family unexpectedly come on the second day of my baby being born was not ideal for me, my attitude, or my mental health. Okay, so people came to visit. Thankfully, my baby is just fine. I don't have my baby. He doesn't have any complications. He didn't get sick or anything. But that was something that, if you do choose the holistic route, or if you just, simply just choose to, stay away from the vaccinations, or, stay away from the hospitals, when it comes to bringing a new life into this world. I personally felt like, giving my baby more time to be around, other people, especially because, I did have elders that were around, that, their health wasn't, at the highest point, that it could have been before they came and visited us. But I do say that, I just personally had preferred for my son to just, have some time. I prefer maybe like a month or two before we just, got into, people visiting, blah, blah, blah. Granted, I did have a baby during the holidays, so it's kind of like, trying to figure out what are the right boundaries without, people feeling like, you don't like them, or you're not messing with them, or, offended. Luckily, I am the sweetest human being, and I don't have, any of those issues with my family or my friends. Everybody was pretty understanding. I just think that the communication just wasn't completely there as far as, what could have been done better as far as boundaries before people came to visit us at home. If you do decide to give birth at home, make sure that you have a midwife that is trained in emergencies like hemorrhage, birth, births, like where the babies are, turned in weird angles or whatever. You want to make sure like that they are experienced and that they are comfortable with you, and that they are willing to kind of just like sit back and listen to you and what you want. Trust me, there are horror stories with everything, with doulas, midwives, doctors. It doesn't matter. Not all experiences are going to go peaches and cream, but I was blessed to be able to have a non-complicated pregnancy, and I was able to have a team, family, a partner, and a midwife who literally just felt like this is just the greatest experience. They wanted to contribute to the peace and the positivity. And so that is what you should be looking for when you decide to give birth outside of the hospital. Is it going to be worth it? Cost-wise as well. My midwife, we did pay cash for my midwife. I did have insurance to be able to have my birth covered at a hospital. But, I just felt like for me, with the experience that we want to have, at home, I didn't want to deal with the whole hospital stuff. So, we were willing to pay for the midwife. And for some people, as far as the stories that I'm hearing, paying cash for a midwife and to have your birth at home in the way that you want, eating snacks and, having peace, being in a pool, whatever the case is, you get to have the comfort, you get to literally cater your birth, without, all the other mumbo jumbo. It can be cheaper from what I hear as well. If you do choose to be the type of family that wants the vaccines, midwives can do vaccines. They can do vitamin K shot, they can do the basics. They do blood work, they do pretty much whatever you need inside of a hospital. They can still do if you still choose that route. Just for me and my family, we are, super holistic, go green, type of people. We had a midwife that was 100% just on board with the whole thing, right? The midwife, she also comes 2 days after birth. She came 6 days after birth, and then she came 6 weeks after birth. But the thing is, with my midwife, we had such a good bond. You know, she decided to come weekly, you know, so she was actually giving me more bang for my buck because, you know, technically, you know, contractually she didn't have to come that often, but, you know, we built a very strong bond. Shout out to you, my lovely midwife. I love you so much. And yeah, so she decided to come on a weekly basis, and we still keep in touch. You know, I still send her pictures, the whole nine. So I'm telling you guys, giving birth at home where you get to kick your feet up. If you did see my video, I know I was looking stressed a little bit and was making like those little animalistic sounds, but I would prefer that much more than in the hospital. Okay, I said what I said, I did what I did, and I'm so proud of how everything turned out. Like, come on, I'm blessed. Postpartum is damn near another pregnancy to me. You have a whole situation that you can go through for 3, 4, 5, 9 plus more months in postpartum, depending on your support and how you take care like of yourself during the postpartum process. And if you don't have a partner, you know, who's there with you, your family members, you can literally hire a doula to cook for you. So if you're looking to boost your libido, if you're looking to boost your mood, if you're looking to stabilize your hormones, if you're looking to cease back on the bleeding, if you are looking to combat anxiety, combat depression, ease the rage that just randomly pops up, I literally have a herbal concoction that I have been taking. I literally have an ebook right now. It is on sale for $11. You can grab this ebook, and it is literally a lifetime's worth of resources and tips on how to thrive during the postpartum journey. All right, beautiful people, that concludes this video. Let me know if you guys actually want me to make a video about my lotus birth. I recorded everything, so let me know if I should make a video about that, or if I should just give more content based on the postpartum journey. My YouTube channel is still very much new, and I would just love to be able to make content that you guys actually enjoy, and content that you guys actually like, or content that is actually helpful to people in the parenting community. So just let me know what you guys think in the comments, and thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye.
To support the mothers you love, make sure to grab them my postpartum ebook at payhip.com/postpartumbutterfly. And if you would like to support my herbal hair and skincare line, 9 Ether Essence, check us out at 9etheressence.bigcartel.com, and make sure to connect with us on our Instagram page to keep up with new content, new sales, and to be a part of the community.